Sarah Mitchell was a force of nature. She embraced the outdoors with a passion that burned bright. Hiking was more than a hobby, it was her sanctuary. The mountains called to her and she answered with an eager heart. She found solace in the solitude of the wilderness, a place where she could connect with something larger than herself. Friends and family knew her adventurous spirit. They admired her courage and her deep respect for the natural world. Sarah was meticulous in her planning. She understood the risks of solo hiking but never let fear dictate her actions. She believed in preparation, in knowing the terrain, and in respecting the power of the wilderness. Sarah approached every hike with a sense of reverence. The wilderness was her cathedral, a place of quiet contemplation and awe-inspiring beauty. She moved through the world with a quiet confidence, always aware of her surroundings, always in tune with the rhythm of the wild. The air crackled with anticipation, a palpable energy that seemed to dance with the morning mist. Sarah adjusted her backpack, the familiar weight settling comfortably on her shoulders. She could feel the excitement bubbling within her, a mix of nerves and eagerness for the journey ahead. She double-checked her gear map, compass, first aid kit, extra layers, food, water, everything in its place. Each item meticulously chosen, each piece of equipment a testament to her preparation and experience. A deep breath, a final glance at the trailhead map, and she was off. The path ahead was both familiar and new, a blend of past memories and future adventures. Her boots crunched on the gravel path, each step carrying her further into the embrace of the mountains. The rhythm of her footsteps became a comforting cadence, a steady beat that matched the pulse of the wilderness. The first few days of the hike were idyllic. The weather was perfect, the skies clear, and the air crisp. Every turn of the trail revealed a new vista, each more breathtaking than the last. Sunlight filtered through the canopy, painting the forest floor in dappled light. The interplay of light and shadow created a magical atmosphere, as if the forest itself was alive and welcoming her. Birdsong filled the air, a symphony of nature's music. Each note was a reminder of the vibrant life that thrived in this untouched paradise. Sarah moved with the ease of experience, her body strong and her spirit soaring. She felt a deep connection to the land, a sense of belonging that was both grounding and liberating. Each evening she would set up camp as the sun began its descent. The ritual of pitching her tent and arranging her gear became a comforting routine, a way to mark the end of each day's journey. She'd cook a simple meal over a crackling fire, the flames casting flickering shadows against the trees. The warmth of the fire and the aroma of her food created a cozy haven in the heart of the wilderness. As darkness fell, she'd gaze up at the star-studded sky, feeling a sense of peace that only the wilderness could provide. The vast expanse of the night sky, dotted with countless stars, was a humbling reminder of the beauty and grandeur of the natural world. Each star seemed to whisper secrets of the universe, filling her with wonder and a profound sense of tranquility. Days melted into a blur of breathtaking vistas and exhilarating climbs. Sarah summited peaks, each victory a testament to her strength and determination. She traversed meadows carpeted in wildflowers, their vibrant colors a stark contrast to the rugged peaks that loomed above. One afternoon, she stumbled upon a hidden lake, its surface a perfect mirror reflecting the azure sky. She paused there for hours, mesmerized by the tranquility of the scene. A sense of profound solitude washed over her, a feeling of being utterly alone yet completely at peace. As the days passed, Sarah felt a deep connection to the wilderness. It was as if the mountains themselves were whispering secrets to her, sharing their ancient wisdom with this solitary traveler. She documented her journey in a small notebook, her words a testament to the beauty and power she encountered at every turn. Section 4. The Call of the Unknown. A Detour Takes Hold. On the fifth day, Sarah reached a fork in the trail. She had been hiking for days, her journey meticulously planned, each step calculated. But here, at this unexpected juncture, she found herself at a crossroads, both literally and figuratively. The well-marked path continued to the right, leading towards a popular campsite. It was the safe choice, the one that promised familiarity and the company of fellow hikers. But a smaller, less defined trail veered left, disappearing into a dense thicket of trees. This path was shrouded in mystery, its destination uncertain. Curiosity piqued. Sarah consulted her map. She traced her finger along the well-worn lines, but The left path was absent, a ghost trail not recognized by conventional guides. The trail wasn't marked, but she could make out faint lines indicating a route. These faint lines suggested a path less traveled, one that promised solitude and discovery. It appeared to lead towards a series of waterfalls, a place not often visited. The thought of these hidden cascades, untouched by the masses, filled her with a sense of wonder. A sense of adventure took hold. The allure of the unknown was too strong to resist. She had always been drawn to the road less traveled, the allure of the unknown. The idea of exploring uncharted territory excited her, igniting a spark of determination. This detour, while unplanned, felt like a challenge, an opportunity to experience the wilderness in its rawest form. It was a chance to test her limits and embrace the unpredictability of nature. With a mix of excitement and trepidation, she decided to alter her course. She knew the risks, but felt compelled to follow her instincts. She left a note at the fork, tucked beneath a rock, indicating her intended route. It was a precaution, a message to anyone who might come looking for her. Then, with a deep breath and a quickening pulse, she plunged into the shadowy embrace of the forest. The dense foliage seemed to close in around her, creating an intimate, almost secretive atmosphere. The air grew cooler as Sarah ventured deeper into the woods. The temperature drop was immediate, a stark contrast to the warmth of the open trail. The sunlight, once so plentiful, struggled to penetrate the dense canopy above. The forest floor was a mosaic of shadows, the light filtering through in delicate, fragmented beams. The trail, faint to begin with, became increasingly difficult to follow. The undergrowth was thick and the path seemed to disappear at times, leaving her to rely on her instincts and the occasional marker. Yet, Sarah pressed on, her sense of adventure outweighing any apprehension she might have felt. Each step was a testament to her resolve, a commitment to the journey she had chosen. She paused occasionally to listen to the sounds of the forest, the rustling leaves, the distant call of a bird, the whisper of the wind through the trees. These sounds were her companions, guiding her deeper into the wilderness. At one point, she stumbled upon a hidden stream, its clear waters flowing over smooth rocks. It was a small discovery, but it filled her with a sense of accomplishment and wonder. She took a moment to rest, sitting on a rock and taking in her surroundings. The forest was alive with activity, a world unto itself, and she felt privileged to be a part of it, even if only for a short while. With renewed energy, she stood up and continued her journey. The path ahead was uncertain, but she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, driven by the thrill of exploration and the promise of discovery. Section 5. The fog descends, nature's veil falls. The air grew heavy with moisture. Each breath Sarah took felt thick and laden with the scent of wet earth and decaying leaves. The forest seemed to hold its breath, waiting. A thick fog began to roll in, blanketing the forest in an eerie silence. It was as if the world had been muffled, every sound dampened by the dense mist that crept through the trees. The towering trees, once reassuring landmarks, now loomed like ghostly sentinels, their branches disappearing into the swirling mist. They seemed to whisper secrets to one another, their voices lost in the fog. The temperature dropped, sending a chill down Sarah's spine. Her breath became visible, small clouds of vapor that quickly dissolved into the surrounding mist. She pulled her jacket tighter around her, a sense of unease settling in her stomach. The forest, once a place of adventure and discovery, now felt like a maze of shadows and uncertainty. Visibility dwindled to mere feet. The path ahead was obscured, each step forward a leap into the unknown. The fog seemed to close in around her, a living entity that sought to swallow her whole. The trail, already difficult to follow, became all but invisible beneath the carpet of fallen leaves. Each leaf, wet and slick, added to the treacherous nature of her journey. Sarah pressed on, her pace slowing as she fought against the growing disorientation. Every step was a struggle, her senses overwhelmed by the oppressive fog. She knew she should turn back, retrace her steps to the main trail. The logical part of her mind screamed for her to abandon this quest, to seek the safety of the familiar path. But the allure of the waterfall, the challenge of navigating through this unexpected obstacle, kept her moving forward. The promise of the cascading water hidden somewhere within the fog was too enticing to resist. Lost in the swirling gray, Sarah stumbled over a root, her ankle twisting beneath her. The pain was immediate and sharp, a jolt that brought tears to her eyes. Pain shot up her leg and she cried out, her voice swallowed by the dense fog. The sound seemed to vanish into the mist, unheard and unheeded. Fear, cold and sharp, pierced through the fog of her determination. The realization of her vulnerability hit her like a wave, crashing over her and leaving her breathless. She was alone, injured, and utterly disoriented. The forest, once a place of solace and beauty, now felt like a prison of shadows and uncertainty. For the first time since setting out on her hike, Sarah felt a wave of panic wash over her. Her heart raced, and her mind spun with thoughts of what could go wrong. The fog seemed to close in tighter, a suffocating blanket that threatened to consume her. She took a deep breath, trying to steady herself. Panic would not help her now. She needed to think clearly to find a way out of this foggy maze. Sarah reached for her compass, the small device a lifeline in the disorienting mist. She checked her direction, trying to get her bearings despite the limited visibility. With the compass in hand, she moved cautiously, each step measured and deliberate. The fog still pressed in around her, but she felt a small spark of hope. She could find her way out. Then, faintly, she heard it. The distant sound of water. The waterfall was close. The sound was a beacon, guiding her through the fog. With renewed determination, Sarah moved towards the sound. Each step brought her closer to her goal, the promise of the waterfall driving her forward. Finally, she emerged from the fog, the waterfall before her. The sight was breathtaking, the cascading water a reward for her perseverance. She had made it through nature's veil,